God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry, oh why? Oh, I'ma cry, oh why? Oh, I'ma cry, oh why? I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry, oh why?
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Wednesday, man. Y'all smash that like button, sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know we have Music Monday as well. So y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out, sub up to the channel. Definitely sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat, and it's free to sign up. Or, of course, we continue the sneaker talk, but we got a food section, a sports section, you name it, right? Okay, and ironically, we do have the Knicks versus Celtics tonight, so the kid will be catching the tail end of that game. Pause. Knicks is pretty close, but I mean, it's anybody's ball game still. But Knicks could technically close it out tonight for the people that are keeping up with sports. But yeah, man, and also definitely looking forward to Music Monday off mode, but on mode, because y'all know I do Music Monday on Monday, even though it's a little bit ways away. Breaking news on the Tory situation, man, and I gotta be honest, that has literally been like crossing my mind, a lot of thoughts and a lot of like, I guess you can say opinionated base. I don't know any facts or anything like that, but more and more of that is going to be developed. But tonight's topic, man, we're going to dive in. We did have some breaking news, but I think I'm going to hold off on that one until official, like Saturday, which will be Sold Out Saturday. Looks like an exclusive. Looks like Dick's Sporting Goods could be on a near deal to buy Foot Locker. So I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. And the rumors is the deal is going to be about $2.3 billion. So that's kind of breaking news. Very curious to get the details of it, which if it just broke, we're going to give it time to grow. And obviously, you know, guys, I'll be live again on Saturday. So we'll give it 2 days and then we'll be back at it like a crack addict on Saturday. So I'm very curious. I'm not surprised, though. Foot Locker, them we've seen have been doing a lot of like revamping over the years, like prior to COVID and then after COVID. CEO changes, if I'm not mistaken, and stuff like that. What was their Flex program? And then they changed it to, well, it's actually FLX. So we've seen that floating around for quite some time, the changes, remodeling of stores, closing of stores, a lot of what have you, right? Okay, so we'll definitely touch on that one at a later date, which should be Saturday, because I'm pretty sure there'll be more and more. Like literally, when I just did a search right before I started live, the news literally broke with at the top of the hour, right about 44 minutes ago at best, so around like 6. So we're gonna give it time to bro, a little bit more research and more stuff. And again, nearing a deal. It hasn't closed, it's not official yet, but rumor has it, right? Okay. We're also just going to be keeping it simple, talking to tariffs, because look like China then may be working a deal with you know who. So we're going to be talking about that. And then also Supreme, right? They've gotten sued for $26 million from Tyshawn Jones, which to the best of my knowledge, he is a skateboarder, right? Okay, so we're gonna break down that article, and then we're gonna transition to pretty much the tariffs, get a little update on that, and then we will talk upcoming sneaker releases, and then we should be able to wrap this thing up here within the hour, and then I'll be back to the games, man. So more content on the way. Hope you guys did notice. I want to say this too before I touch the chat. Pause, because I definitely want to do an update on Diddy's story, because the trial has officially started and examining has been going on, and Cassie has taken a stand. But we'll save all that for Music Monday. I'm pretty sure there'll be more to come. I'm glad I'm kind of doing it on a week-to-week basis. But also, I wanted to say that most of my videos coming up, hopefully you guys did notice a little bit of audio change a little bit. I did. You guys know I just recently invested in like a camera. I want a new camera roughly about what? Maybe give or take a month or two, probably 2 months ago now, give or take. So hope you guys have noticed the quality in my videos. You can tell some of the ones I still use with my old camera, and then some of the ones that are with the new camera still, because I do a lot of content, right? Okay, just point blank period. That's how I'm able to just keep pushing. But also, what I wanted to say is I just invested in a new like mic, so I did notice a little bit of audio quality that was kind of lacking with the old mic, which, to be honest, I don't think the issue was the actual mic. I think it was just the cord, but audio was still fine. But when I was editing, it was kind of like bothering me, so I was like, you got a new camera, go ahead and invest in a mic. So hopefully y'all notice it should do a little bit better job of canceling out a lot of the background noise. So next investment, obviously, as you guys seen, I did pick up 2 pair of new sneakers here, Jordan 1 UNC Reimagines, and then I did pick up those Charles Barkleys. But next investment hopefully should be another vlogging camera, but try to make a decision, make sure, see what's coming up. Canon did put out a new one too, so definitely just come with the game, man. As technology grows, you have to grow with it. Point blank period, man. So let me see what we got in the building real quick, and then we'll get the party started. Appreciate y'all being so active in the chat already, because this really helps the live. As you guys talk to me, I talk to you. It's just an interactive live, right? Okay, I want to work as a team over here, right? But let's see what we got in the building real quick. Looks like Long Beach Joe Jets in the building. Says salutes and respect to Polo in the chat. What up, Long Beach? What up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out. Let's see. Divine Photo says, what up, Polo? What up, Divine? What's Gochi? Devon says, you're going to talk about Tory next week in The Bodyguard as well. Yes, sir, I am. As you can see, and I'm not sure what time you came into the live, I literally could probably start right now, right? Okay, but I have been saying this. I have been watching that story develop too. Ironically, right? And I'll just say this, off mode, but on mode too. I was watching the attorney speak, the people in Cali speak, and I was in the tail end pause towards the end of hearing Tory's dad speak as well. Very powerful, well-spoken individual, man. And Tory being stabbed up, for the people who don't know, man, it was a lot. And it was crazy to see that happened. And then what's the sad part is, and I'm not going to go all the way into this, but it was done by somebody who's already, they're not coming home. You know, Tory actually, even though 9 years is a long time, but with good behavior and a certain percentage he could probably do out in 4 or 5, that's what he was probably forward to. And of course, you know, he's been trying to appeal the whole situation, but the person that did it, they just, you're going to add more time to somebody who's already got life. You know what I mean? Like, Yeah, but I'll leave it right there. But to answer your question, Divine, yes, I will be covering that for sure. Divine says, isn't it funny how the bodyguard spoke after the fact he got stabbed? Most definitely. And that the thing is, I've been saying this time and time again, I don't know who's guilty in or what, right? But at the end of the day, the bullet, to the best of my knowledge, and I could be wrong, so this is all alleged and opinionated based. I don't know. I wasn't there. But from what I read and what I saw off my research, she did get hit with bullets, but it ricocheted off the ground. So it bounced. I'm not saying it didn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? This is totally different. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of holes in that story where Tory had holes in the story. So did Meg, and so did Kelsey. You know what I'm saying? To me, with all the evidence that was brought in that whole entire trial, in my opinion, it should have been ruled like either dismissed or pretty much a mistrial for misinformation, and should have went back to the drawing board to begin with. You know what I mean? We don't know who did what. And then if you think about it, Kelsey took a deal where she's got immunity. So even if they bring her to trial, this, that, and the third, I don't think they legally, even if she comes out and admit this, that, and the third, and they found out later if she did indeed do it, I don't think legally they can do anything to her. And at that point, they would just have to let Tory come home. But then what? Tory, does he get his time back? Probably not. But I'm hoping he has a nice bag to come home to, and I'm talking that the state and them can work out some, because I think how it works, if you wrongly convict somebody and then you let them out, they're usually the people are gonna sue the state or what have you, and usually they work a deal and they have to pay them like millions of dollars. You know what I mean? I mean, that's just that's alleged. I don't know. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely gonna be talking about that. Long Beach says, talk that talk, Polo. Appreciate that. Manny with the Kick says, what's goody? Sold Out family. What up, Manny with the Kicks? Let's see. Long Beach says, what? That's crazy. That is huge for DSG. Most definitely. So Dick Sporting Goods. Yeah, I mean, they've been making big moves too. And when Dunks used to do the live with me, one thing that we used to say, like, man, they've been making a lot of silence moves, and they got a different audience. They don't have to just always make it cool to sell sneakers. That is always going to be a plus. Because if you think about it, we've said it, like, as they start getting more and more, like, certain shoes, like, I remember I got my Gary Payton 12s there, those black and gold joints. My thing is this, they already got the equipment, and, like, for the people who have kids in school, and then you do back to school shopping, and they need stuff that's going to be saying they're going to play little junior or whatever, you have a daughter, say they're going to play basketball or football this season. You get your equipment there, and guess what? Before you walk out the door, you can get your cleats and your sneakers there. I mean, the model's kind of gonna sell itself if this is indeed true. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's probably some big moves. Because the last people who have been making some big moves other than DSG is, if I'm not mistaken, what am I looking for? JD Sports and Finish Line. You know, they merged, and then they got the stores going into Macy's. You know what I'm saying? Like, both of them have really been working hard, man, behind the scenes. Long Beach says, salutes to Manny and Divine. Divine says, what up, Long Beach? Long Beach says, audio and visual are phenomenal. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And looks like we got Green Lantern in the building, says, what's good, everyone? Hot as hell down here in Texas. Ironically here, bro, we've been getting a lot of rain this week, so y'all about to see me probably in a lot of, like, pretty much 11s. But at the same time, it's kind of warm. It hasn't made it cold, though, so I can relate. But I'm pretty sure nowhere near on the level of that Texas heat. I've been there before, and I felt that heat. It's a different type of heat. I'm going to put it like that. Let's see. Man in the Kick says, Joe Jets and Divine salutes 100. Long Beach says, touch on that Tory story as well. Pause. Most definitely, dog. Most definitely. I had to. Like I said, man, to be honest, before the live, that's what I was doing. Like, I had prepped this up. But then, like, the Tory stuff broke, and then I was like, man, you know, I'm sorry, because I've been covering the Tory stuff just as much as the Diddy stuff, too. Pause, because that did not sound right at all. But, yeah, Music Monday, definitely more to come on that one, for sure, for sure. Devon says, what's good, Manny? Slayer in the building says, what's up, Sneaker Squad 100? What up, what up? Green Lantern got one of these up in the joints. And is that the Star Trek symbol joint? Where we at? Slayer says, my mom didn't pay for Ish. I had to play basketball with some Vans. Dang. I mean, it's better than nothing. I mean, they do the best they can. You never know your parents' situations. And to be honest, kids are expensive. But yeah, I had basketball sneakers. I didn't play on the basketball team. Ironically, I used to skateboard a lot, so I had some Vans, man. Most definitely. Greenland says, "Hell yeah, man! Live long and prosper." Yeah, most definitely, man. I know a little something, little bit, just a little bit. But all right, man. So let's just go ahead and dive into tonight's topics real quick, man. Like I said, I'm only going to be on this joint for like an hour, so roughly about 30, 40 minutes here. And then we're going to pretty much get ready to wrap this thing up. Again, that Foot Locker story, I will cover it more in depth on Saturday. Salutes to Manny with the kicks for breaking the news for sure in the Sold Out Discord, because I saw it there and then I did an alley-oop and I did search it. So I'll show you guys just to show you on the screen. Not kidding here. Give me like 2 seconds. I'm about to share my screen. Boom, you guys should be seeing my screen right here. So pretty much this is the first story we're going to cover, but also just to show you, I do have that Foot Locker story kind of set and ready to go, but I haven't really dived into it, but I did do just enough due diligence and research here to just be dangerous. So this is what's kind of floating around, talk of the town real quick. So you guys should see it. Exclusive Dick's Sporting Goods near the deal buying Foot Locker. So pretty much, and this is where I got this number right here from Sneaker News, that 2.3 billion, that's supposed to be what's on the table. You know what I'm saying? Again, let's just keep it 100. Foot Locker them. If you're not picking up sneakers, I'm gonna be 100. Every time I've been in there, it's been like quiet, you know what I'm saying? And people haven't even, I don't even think they do like the, case in point real quick. We'll touch on the Foot Locker stuff just a little bit, but I'm definitely going to cover it more in depth on Saturday. So look, I like every hit that I've been hitting on Foot Locker recently. I haven't done a mall vlog since those Jordan 1, what's the joint? The red toe joints where they had the Air Jordan written on the side versus the wing logo. I haven't did a mall vlog since then, and that mall did tremendous, by the way. And a lot of people said they actually like my vlogs, right? Which I may somehow, if I could find a time in the schedule, just hit some mall vlogs. But just keep it 100. There's no more like you pretty much select 3 stores and then you pick up and you select that you find out the next day. They stopped doing that, like, I think after the cool grade 9, so to speak, almost, if I'm not mistaken, dog. And so like it's only been the ship to me option for the flex joint. There hasn't been no more like, either ship from home or you pick up a store. Now, the one thing I like about when you do to pick up a store, you don't have to really wait for the ship it, and then pretty much you can go pick them up the next day when they officially come out. You got your pairs, go there, you good, bing, bang, boom, mall blog it out, and yeah. But I will say this, I have hit on the ship to me option a lot, and I will say what I will give Foot Locker them credit for. Case in point, y'all saw I hit on those Jordan 1 UNC joints, the reimagines, right? I dropped the mall vlog today. I dropped the review and on feet and unboxing today. My bad, I got mall vlog all on the brain. Pause. But yeah, I dropped the review and on feet today. And so if you think about it, I technically didn't hit till Saturday, which ironically, fun fact, if you guys haven't tried the ship to me option, when they close the joint, it starts sending out notifications within an hour. And let me clarify this. You don't get the notification in the app till the next day, early morning, like at least, and I'll say this, by 8, 9 o'clock, you'll know if you've hit or not officially, but you can check your bank account starting around by like 6, 7, 11 o'clock. It just depends. Like check your card that you put on file that it charges. Check that joint. You'll usually see the charge there first the day before. That's usually like a good sign. And salutes to Divine and of course Manny with the kicks. They told me that too, and seems like the last 2 hits, I looked at it, and that's when I told you, I like see the charge on my card. Ironically, I use a card that I rarely use to buy those UNC joints, and then I got the notification saying like, boom, did you make this charge? And I said, yeah, and it went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, just security concerns. Y'all know, like, my bank, they really be, if I don't spend like that, they really be self-conscious about my joint, which it's a gift and a curse, but I can't really be mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, period. So, yeah. I will say the ship to me option is cool, but I do like the pick up and store option too. So I'd like to see that kind of bring back. So if you think about it, if Dick's Sporting Goods do cop Foot Locker, it's going to be very interesting to see what changes they bring to Foot Locker, right? That's just, you can't help but like think that, because when you get new ownership, things change no matter how you slice it and dice it. So let me start on this article real quick. I'm going to touch the chat one more time. Says Slayer says we need a Star Trek SB collab. That actually would sound like a great idea. I think that would be pretty dope. I mean, why not? You know what I'm saying? Pharrell's done a lot of that red tape. He's done Reebok collab before. And to be honest, what rapper almost didn't do a Reebok collab? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was over there at Reebok at one point. And that's my thing where I feel like Shaq them is missing out on a bag over there. They could bring the right music artists over there, like how Nike has a Travis and the Drake, even though Drake, I mean, his shoes, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're not on the level of a Travis. But I was just talking to actually like one of my coworkers today, indirect coworker at work, about this. We literally was talking sneakers for like 30 minutes straight. And he was like, I said this, I was like, yo, you know what? We was talking about Reeboks in general. I told him I had the question joints, the red toe joints, and he was like, yo, I said that, I like, yo, I like, if Ye was to, you know, get back to business and start with all the, you know what, and we'll leave it right there. You fill in the blank, go over to Reebok, it would go through the roof. You know what I'm saying? Ye's design, and let me clarify this, design where he actually cares. Not that stuff that he was putting in the trash bags and shit. You know what I'm saying? Actually really go over there and put his style in there and work with Shaq and Allen Iverson and really just, you know, that would be the closest thing that he would probably get to what type of deal he's really wanting. He's not going to get the bag up front, but he will definitely get it on the back end as things prevail. You can't unconvince me, dog. And I'll leave it right there. And Pharrell could go over there and do that too, because I don't think I would want to see a Star Trek. You would want to see a Star Trek collab, probably with Nike SB. That would be dope. But he could easily do a Reebok, and it still would probably be fly. Because Pharrell is that dude too when it comes to designing and fashion. In fact, whenever you think of like Pharrell, and you can think of Kanye when they did that song like Number One, Dunk's probably gonna kill me for this one. When that joint came on, and when we used to kick it and watch music videos, Dunks used to be in the zone on that song. Like, he really liked that joint, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's when they were at their primes, I feel like. So yeah, I would like to see that. Green Lantern says, facts, fire, need a Star Trek collab. I've seen Star Wars, but not many Star Trek. This is true. Green Lantern says, that's billion with a B. I feel you. Lone B says, if they cop Foot Locker, will they own Champs too? I'm almost positive. I don't know, but I don't see why not, because that falls under that same umbrella. You know what I'm saying? Because that house is up under the same umbrella. Foot Locker, Champs. Remember, it was all of them. And like, I used to have all the apps, and I don't think I deleted them all just yet, but let me just see if I can go to reference. But yeah, if you think Foot Locker, Champs, Foot Action, which I don't think is a thing anymore, East Bay was there at one point. Yeah, you got to think of that. Those all fall under the Foot Locker umbrella. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Lady Foot Locker, Kids Foot Locker. You know what I'm saying? They did a lot of branching out there. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't know if I even seen any Lady Foot Lockers. They usually have them on a separate floor and what have you. But all that I would assume would go to pretty much DSG, Dick's Sporting Goods. I mean, I would think that would be a part of the deal. I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't know, you know. I'm just assuming. But let's get on the first article here tonight, and then we will transition on to the tariffs. Kind of saving that towards the end of the live, because reality is, even I myself have gone on to like, yo, even though the tariffs are important, it's kind of also like, hey, man, I'm kind of getting tariffed out. You know what I mean? But let's see. First article I got here is from May 13th. I found this on Soul Retriever. It says, Tayshaun Jones sues Supreme for $26 million, alleging breach of contract and defamation. So here's the quick facts of this real quick. So again, I didn't know, as much as I was into skateboarding, I don't think I've ever heard of Tayshaun, and I'm hoping I'm saying his name correctly. Let me just do a quick like Google search. I'm putting myself back on the main screen because I'm not sure, and I know that was him on the screen, but I want to see if I can get maybe like what other sponsors he kind of technically fell under and what have you. Because again, what you guys may or may not realize or remember, I told you guys I was very, very big into skateboarding back in the day, man. So pretty much, let me see if we just can get some sponsors, because obviously it seems like he had some type of deal with Supreme. And so this just broke kind of like 9 hours ago, another article here of that. But let me just see if we can find that, because a lot of these things don't hit the same as before. It used to be these guys used to have their page and it would be a list of all their sponsors, and it seems like they all just kind of work together. But I don't really see what the sponsors are saying for him, but clearly Supreme had to be May 1 for sure, or some type of way they had to work with this. But let me get back to the article, and then we'll get the party started here. Let me share my screen. Boom. Guys should be seeing the screen. So it says skateboarder Tyshawn Jones sues Supreme for wrongly contract termination. So that was one right there. Keep in mind, if you remember, we've been keeping up with Supreme too, if I'm not mistaken, right? Okay. Supreme, them also have been bought by somebody else. They've been trying to make a comeback. Let's just keep it 100. Supreme don't hit like Supreme hit back in like what, 2015 through 2017. We still pick up a few T's here and there, because I think, what's the last joint I got? I know I got the Biggie joint. What else? I got the Andre 3000 joint. You know what I'm saying? And then there was one I seen that, I think it was a Free Max B shirt they did. I didn't catch that one until Divine had already posted joint. And then when I went to go check it out, it was already sold out. But they do some great shirts. They did an NBA Youngboy one, I know for sure. But I know everybody's looking for that OG box logo joint. But yeah, Supreme's had their run, man. And they've had, one thing I could say, their sneaker collabs to me though, no dish or shade or anything like that. I'll just say it always stood out. You know what I mean? Very unique. But where we at real quick? It says Supreme. This is just the quick facts real quick. It says Supreme cited Marc Jacobs photo shoot despite allowing similar work for years. Says lawsuit alleges no required 30-day cure notice was given before the 1.5 billion company sale. See, there you go right there. Because remember, I told you Supreme did get sold, and I guess this kind of piggybacks off of when you're doing, and this is good we're bringing this up because we can kind of tie this into the Foot Locker deal to answer your question, Long Beach. If you think about it, when you have stuff like this, right, and you have people, you have a deal, you're selling the company, but the question is, do those people get released, or do you get everything that comes with it, or that person gets everything and they can make decisions of what have you. I've worked on contracts for years, and one thing about when a company does take over the new contract, it does usually come with some slight changes. You know, I've seen some people go, I've seen some people stay. I've been through it where they give raises. I've been there where they give cuts. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot that goes into working, like whenever contracts are involved. You know what I'm saying? So you really got to go through that stuff through like a fine tooth comb. And nobody's perfect, so that doesn't mean they can't miss some things as well if you really think about it, right? Where we at real quick? Supreme allegedly told the industry they had to kick him off the team. So apparently Tyshawn has been kicked off the team, and this is all alleged. So again, they even wrote this here. It says Jones claims loss of $1.25 million in payments plus valuable stock options, seeking $51 million plus in damages for breach, defamation, and punitive damages. So I thought, yeah, so he's won in total $51 million. Yeah, so it says $26 million, but this right here says he's seeking almost up to $51 million in damages. So this is my thing when it comes to stuff like that, right? Okay, you can't help but think like this, right? He's most likely has an attorney, I would assume, and usually when you hear those numbers, to me, and I can't prove this, attorneys gotta get paid. And when there's like suits like this where there's money involved, usually when you hear those big numbers, that's usually attorney making sure they get their cut too, and their client can walk away with something too. And then there's probably a lot of other loopholes where he only going to come away with so much. But it says pro skateboarder Tyshawn Jones is taking Supreme to court in a $26 million lawsuit accusing the iconic streetwear label of breach of contract, fraud, and targeted effort to damage his career. So pretty much, it says Jones, a two-time Thrasher Skateboarder of the Year, one of the sport's biggest stars, and Adidas athlete with his signature sneaker, and a Supreme Team rider. So there we go right there. I was looking for his sponsors earlier, but I kind of figured it was going to be in the article. So yeah, he's a two-time Thrasher Skater of the Year. So if the people who don't know what Thrasher is, and thank God I used to be into skateboarding, so really I'm not even too lost reading this. Like some of the stuff when I read like the Tariff stuff, yeah, I need to look it up and do my facts and cross my T's and dot my I's, right? Okay, but Thrasher magazine, it was one of the magazines I was really heavily into. Ironically, whenever I used to go, me and a family member of mine used to do something like every Sunday, and one of that was like when we went to Wally World where I lived, I would always get to pick up like a skateboarding magazine. So I have tons of skateboarding magazines back in the day, dog, and Thrasher was one of those. Like, it all really just depends on who was on the cover. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's dead. He's been on the cover of Thrasher Skater of the Year 2 times. Says one of the sport's brightest stars, an Adidas athlete with this signature sneaker. So he rides for Adidas. That's another one of his sponsors. And he says the Supreme Team rider from the age of 13 alleges that Supreme abruptly ended their endorsement partnership and removed him from the marketing campaigns in early 2024, over a full year before his contract was set to expire. The filing claims Supreme accused Jones of breaching his exclusivity agreement after appearing in a Marc Jacobs photo shoot, despite years of alleged permitting and encouraging similar modeling work with other luxury brands. So, I mean, saying he's probably done this time and time again, so why now? And probably with the certain changes that go on, you know, new people take over, they're looking at the contract and they're like, oh, hell no. Whereas the people that probably did previously own Supreme, it wasn't a big deal. So that's something you got to look at too. And I'm assuming if you look at this image here, this is a picture of him when he was probably much younger, because they said he's been basically on the team for like since he was 13, you know? Which ironically, let me see if they have his age here in Google real quick, because usually they have it up there. He is 26 now. So he is 26 years old. He turned pro back in 2011. So this man has been a professional skateboarder for a very, very long time, man. And we could just even show like probably some image of him just hitting some skateboarding moves here, right here. So obviously this stuff right here, because I used to skateboard, it ain't easy as they make it look. And this stuff is really, really cool. I still own a skateboard, but I've noticed that it really has, I could use a new one. I could say that. But, yeah, man. So obviously that's pretty cool. Let me get back to this real quick. It says the contract dispute with Supreme says the action arises from the defendant's breach and wrongful termination of the endorsement arrangement with plaintiffs without due notice or opportunity to cure. Reads the opening of the verified complaint. The suit brought by Jones and his company Grind Hardware Holdings Corp., which looks like he has his own company too, alleges that Supreme termination was not only peculiarly flawed but also financially motivated. Says specifically, it argues that Supreme sought to free up capital following the recent acquisition of its brand at a $600 million loss to the seller. Avoid paying out the full value of the stock options Jones held in the company. There you have you right there. So, I mean, that's how it kind of goes. Because, I mean, even though people acquired it, if you can't bring the company back, it still can be considered a loss. And that's usually where people start to do. They start to cut the low-hanging fruit, so to speak. And we can also think of who else? Like bands. We've seen that happen time and time again, if I'm not mistaken. What else? Because if you think about Supreme used to be under all that same umbrella with Vans and North Face and all them like that. What's that joint called? I forgot the name of the actual company, but they actually used to have Supreme over there too, and they started, you know, having to make cuts as well. I've been covering that story from time and time again too. BF Corp, right? Yeah, I think it's something Corp. Yeah, I want to say no, it's BF. Yep, BF Corp. Remember, Supreme used to be under BF Corp because I've been covering that too. Remember, they had to cut some people too, because we actually had warehouses in VA. I didn't even know that, right? Okay, well, I do now, but I mean, yeah. So a lot of changes has been coming. If you think about it, this economy is really waking a lot of people up. And it's been in the, I would say, sneaker industry slash fashion industry slash, I feel like everybody's been feeling it. And with the new guy in office, and I'm talking the new administration and the changes, it's going to be really a test of time of who's going to really be able to stand the tough times until we get on the level of what the administration is saying that we're going to do. That we're going to see a spike in everything and we're going to be just living the good life, you know? But it says, under the terms of February 2024 agreement, Supreme was to pay Jones $1 million annually through December 2025. The agreement also required that either party provide 30-day notice and the opportunity to cure an alleged breach before terminating. However, Jones claims Supreme disregarded the clause entirely. The agreement does not contain language providing for an immediate termination by either party, the lawsuit states, asserting that Supreme's conduct consinuates a breach in reputation of the agreement. So they're saying, like, even if they are going to breach the contract or drop him or whatever, he's supposed to be known at least 30 days in advance, which, I mean, I haven't seen the contract, but in a sense, I would assume that sounds fair. Even though, you know, he's been on there so long, man, you got to be loyal to the people that's been there. But at the same time, we can even put, who else? Nike in this predicament. They've taken cuts too and laid people off or had people do early retirement as they get new people in office and things like that. When you get the new persons, like, you know, positions have been either merged together and or cut as a whole or reworded, right? Okay, they took lost some employees. Foot Locker has, like, it's been like this across the board in the whole industry, if you think about it, right? It says defamation claim, right? It says, however, the most explosive allegations in the lawsuit center of Supreme's post-termination behavior. Jones claims that Supreme executives, including founder James Jebba, hopefully I'm saying that correctly. If not, please forgive me, deliberately and falsely told influential people in the fashion and skateboarding industry that he has been kicked off the team due to bad behavior. Supreme agents told multiple third parties Tyshawn was kicked off Supreme for breaching his agreement. The complaint states one such incident allegedly occurred during the Paris Fashion Week in January 2025 when re-owned fashion photographer, and I'm going to say Blodo Bolongi, hopefully I'm saying that correctly, told Jones that the Supreme staff had blamed him for their falling out. Banjo, who had shot Jones for the disputed Marc Jacobs campaign, and when they say shoot in this case, I'm assuming they mean with the camera, like shooting pictures, taking pictures, right? But, you know, I hate to admit this with the Tory situation going on, and as much as I cover Music Monday, I want to be careful how I use the word shoot. I don't want to use it as loosely here, right? So I'm assuming as he got, you can't say film because he didn't film them, but he did take pictures of them, so we'll say that, right? For the Marc Jacobs campaign, reportedly said that he was told the reason the guys aren't doing business anymore is because of the photos I shot, according to the complaint, which may be some truth to it, may not be some truth to it. Let me get through the rest of this article, and then we'll transition for like the last 10 minutes. We will do the tariff situation, and then we'll close out with upcoming sneaker releases, man. It says, Jones' legal team argues that such statements were especially damaging, given his reputation as one of the world's top skateboarders and a major figure in the streetwear and industry and luxury fashion. Tyshawn trades on his reputation and earns a living from similar deals with brands and fashion houses globally. The lawsuit notes, adding the Supreme comments have tainted his reputation with a luxury brand ecosystem. So I can see that. If there's some truth to that, and there's what they're saying what it broke up with, I mean, yeah, he probably won a little bit of bread for that, you know? And I'm not saying he's going to win the case. I don't know if this is true. I think this is all alleged. But yeah, I could see where he could probably think that. But this is more so hearsay. He's got to prove it too. You know what I mean? And that's what his attorneys are going to have to do here if they don't settle out of court, which, just keep it 100, Supreme may take that route because they already taking a loss, already having to cut people and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It could work in his favor. And most attorneys, I just keep it 100, not saying all, but a lot of them don't mind a nice settlement and calling a day versus being in trial, going to do litigation that could take a long time. It says financial impact and damages sought. It says adding to the financial toll, Jones alleges that Supreme termination came just weeks before the brand was sold from VF Corporation to Auxiliary Lascada, which I have covered that as well, for $1.5 billion. Because the terms of Jones's stock options required him to be employed at the time of the deal closing, his termination cost him a significant payout. The suit claims Tashon is seeking at least $1.25 million in unpaid endorsement fees, $25 million in reputational damages, and an additional punitive damage stemming from them characterized as the Supreme willful and malicious conduct. So the stuff that the rumors of going on, but I don't know if you can do that for rumors. But then again, if the attorneys talk on both sides and they make it a deal, say he's asking for $26 million, if he can walk away with $15 million and the attorneys get their cut, I think that's, you know what I mean? Do you really want to take it all away and then you end up winning and then the judge still either going to grant you this or say, all right, I'm not going to grant you $26 million, I'll give you 20. You know what I'm saying? The attorney's still going to want their cut, and then they're probably, if you go to litigation, if you go to trial, I'm assuming, and I don't know and don't want to know, but if I had to guess and allege it, if an attorney has to go to trial for you, they're going to want more money from you. Point blank, period. That's all I'm saying. When you have, it's called litigation, and then you have mitigation, right? Where if you mitigate it and make a deal, then yeah, everybody kind of saves money here. But that's also easier said than done. It says, Tashon spoke with the New York Post on Monday stating, I am saddened as it has come to this, but I have a duty to myself and my career and feel responsibility to the next generation of skateboarders to stand up for what is right. We'll have to see how this all plays out to the real time, as in the initial filing is the start of the legal proceedings for Jones' lawsuit against Supreme. As of now, Supreme has yet to file a formal response, and then you get more updates here from the Soul Retriever app. So pretty much that's what we have on this one right now, man. Very, very interesting to see this. So let's go and transition to talk these tariffs real quick, and then we will talk upcoming sneaker releases here towards the end of the live, and then we'll wrap things up here. So only going to be on the joint for roughly about 10-15 minutes, give or take, right? Okay. So we already know about the tariffs pause. So pretty much, and then I don't know if you guys noticed, Foot News have changed a little bit slightly. If I'm not mistaken, they've changed the title of it, but it still kind of works the same. So ironically, I had to kind of figure out how to work it just slightly a little bit, because the stuff is kind of moved slightly, but we're still going to make it work and make it shake over here. You know what I'm saying? So footwear news, but now I think it actually falls under another umbrella. I don't know if somebody's bought them out, but they're still going to be using them. So let me see if I can just get the party started here. But yeah, very interesting. And I'm trying to see if I can find a name on this joint. So yeah, what's new in fashion? And that's what it is. But I don't think this is what this actually stands for. It's just WWD or WWD. And again, probably could open this in a separate tab to see what this actually stands for. And it looks like it's Women's Wear Daily. So, but ironically, it falls under Foot News falls under them. So yeah, let's get to this article real quick, and then we'll get ready to wrap things up here. It says pretty much the FDRA, AAF, and NRF and RILF put China tariffs pause a welcome start, but more needs to be done. So it looks like there may be a pause on the China stuff, because they were the last one to kind of hold out. It says fashion, footwear, and retail trade organizations say there's more to Trump's to do to improve the trade deals, while Wall Street sees some pauses ahead. So we have seen the economy definitely feel it, even if you haven't felt it in your account, man. But just things are slightly up a little bit more, and that's going to happen regardless, no matter who's in office. But definitely we're seeing some major increases. And really, if you think about it, it's got the 90-day pause still. It says, but again, that was like what, 2-3 weeks ago. So it's only 3 months. It says, while the U.S.-China tariff pause is a step in the right direction for fashion, footwear, and retail, there's still more that needs to be done in the terms of the trade deals to ease the tax burdens. Says that's the consensus from fashion and retail trade groups, which said on Monday they continue to push for better trade deals over the long haul that protect American firms and consumers. Says the truce followed a round of intense negotiations in Geneva, Switzerland over the weekend, and the two countries issuing a joint statement on Monday. Their agreement to substantially lower tariff rates starting on Wednesday. U.S. tariffs on Chinese imports will be 30%, down from the 145%. So that's better. Because think about it. How do you go from these things were set to be at 145 to now it's 30%? While China's duties on America's imports will be 10% from the 125%, the parties plan to continue with talks over the 90 days. Hopefully will lead toward new trade agreements. So they've got stuff on pause. They got stuff kind of somewhat, I guess, better. Because again, we get a lot of stuff from China, right? I don't want to go into the full details and stress tonight, but we get a lot of stuff from China. And I'm talking about you name it. Let's just say this, even if the stuff is made here, some of the stuff that you may have to get that come a part of that, or some of the ingredients and some of the stuff, like say somebody got a business here, right? And because we work with them a lot more than what we think. Say you got a business here and you're going to get, when you start talking bulk numbers, 9 times, I'm going to say this. I ain't going to say 9 times out of 10, I take that back. It's a strong possibility your stuff got made in China. Just check it, and some of the parts may have come from there too. Some of the ingredients, whenever you make stuff like that, right down to your hair products, to your oils, you name it, whatever, your lotions. You know what I'm saying? It says American President Donald J. Trump has been declaring trade imbalances in on April 2nd, disclosed that the implementation of the radical tariffs that left footwear manufacturers who produce in Vietnam and China wondering how to deal with their new cost structure. Think about your Jordan. I have Nikes that say made in Vietnam. I definitely have Jordans in them that say made in China. You know what I'm saying? And we can go down the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? While much of the footwear for massive merchandises and those targeting the lower income consumers are made in China, the athletic performance shoes and sneakers have mostly moved to Vietnam as their main manufacturing base. Trump later declared a 90-day pause to give countries time to negotiate new trade deals with the U.S. So, I mean, maybe he is moving direction. It's kind of unique how he's going about it. Again, I have no dog in this fight, and I'm not here to talk politics and or argue who you vote for, because that's already been said and done, man. We got to roll with the punches is how I look at it. It says, while the pause is seen as a plus by some on Wall Street, fashion and retail trade organizations say more can be done by Trump administration. It says the FDRA, the AAFA, the NRF, and the RILA says we're encouraged by President Trump and his administration progress in the U.S.-China trade negotiations. This is a good step towards easing tensions, which is important for American businesses and consumers. Footwear distributors and retailers of America, President and CEO Matt Priest said, but we will not we're not at the finish line. We're not across the finish line yet. Some shoes still face duties approaching 100%, and that's unacceptable. We've outlined clear, reasonable exemptions in our letter to the administration. Remember, I covered that too. I want to say they sent that, last week, if I'm not mistaken. And we've urged them to take action to ease the burden on Americans further. Our industry needs relief, and so does the families we serve. So they know, because I hate to say it, if I had to guess, if this didn't happen, they were going to be forced to either raise their prices or they were going to raise their prices, and we're probably not going to buy at some point. And, they're in a lose-lose situation, It says more than 80 companies signed a letter sent to Trump on April 29th. So, yeah, that was just not too long ago. I want to say roughly 2 weeks, because we're coming around that second week in May right now. April 29th by the FDRA, urging him to exempt footwear from his administration radical tariffs plan. The signers included Nike, Adidas, Puma, Steve Madden, Skechers, Claire's, and more. Says the 90-day pause is welcomed and may temporarily help the effective trade embargo that have been in place of the respect of the U.S.-China trade since April 9th. American Apparel and Footwear Association President and CEO Steve Lamar said, sadly, this residual 30% tariffs stacked on top of the existing Section 301 and more favorable nation tariffs will still make for an expensive back to school and holiday season for most Americans. Yeah, if they don't come to some type of deal by then, and again, keep in mind when they come to a deal, they still have to run it through the process and get stuff signed, which that could take, what, at best, even if you do it speedy and everybody cross their T's and make sure they're doing their job, it could easily happen, and it could take a month sometime, if not months. Lamar said that if freight rates spike due to the tariffs induced shipping distributions, it says, which will take months to unwind. Exactly, and that's what I just literally just said. Even if that happens, it's going to take months to undo that, even once they make the deal. It says cost and prices could creep up even further. What's needed now is long-term deal, not just with China, but with all other trading partners, so we can predictably make long-term trade investment and sourcing decisions, he said. The AAFA CEO said news of the 90-day freeze follows weeks of aggressy from the AAFA and others urging de-escalation in deals, as well as explaining how to current tariff policies does not support more U.S. manufacturing in our industry or the 3.5 million U.S. workers in the industry currently employees. So yeah, again, if they don't, this is the thing, if we don't buy the stuff, then they're gonna, not only will we take cuts as far as the businesses, but the businesses are going to lose money because we're not going to be able to, we're not going to spend that extra money. Let's just keep it 100. We already getting taxed off the wazoo off sneakers now. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to pay more than what you're already paying? They already slowly creep and raise it up each and every year. And great example, I've been giving you guys time and time again. Think of the Air Force One when it first came out, $65. It's now what, 110, 115? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It says the National Retailers Federation president and CEO Matt Shea said his retail trade organizations encouraged by the constructive negotiations. This temporary pause is critical first step to provide some short-term relief for retailers and other businesses that are in the mindset of ordering merchandise for the winter holiday season, he said. And over the long term, this lays the foundation for the subsequent progress in achieving truly fair and balanced trade relationships with both China and other trade partners around the world. Shea noted that this is still much more of two nations discussing regarding ongoing issues, including working on the removal of remaining national security tariffs and provide long-term sustainability between the two largest global economies, right? So yeah, this is a big deal, and it's gonna take some time here, right? Okay, so I'm gonna get through this article as best I can right here. So I actually may have to even come back on this one because this one's definitely gonna be more in depth than what it is, and I do only want to stick to my hour time frame. So I'm gonna cover one more section on this joint. I'm not gonna cover I'm gonna stop at the Wall Street recovery and then go from there because I think we should be good. So I'll stop at the Wall Street portion of it, and then I'll follow up, and then we'll definitely have more with the deal for Foot Locker and the DSG trade. So I'm going to cover this last little bit, and then we will finish up on this one on Saturday as well. So more to come on that one. Appreciate you guys for being active tonight. We're about to cut to upcoming sneaker releases here within the next couple minutes. It says more than 80 companies signed a letter to send to Trump April 29th. Federal urging him to exempt footwear from the administration radical tariffs plans. We read that part. Skechers. Let's see, the 90-day pause. Read this part. Make sure I'm covering all this. The 90-day pause is welcomed by temporary help to unstick this one. I think I read this part, if I'm not mistaken, making sure we're good on this one. Yeah, President Trump announced, okay, cool. Here we go right here. I think this is where we kind of read off on this one. Here we go right here. It says the National Federation President, CEO Matthew Shea. We read that one. Cool. Just making sure because I think I did scroll a little too much. And I think we're about to call it here towards the last part of this one. And I'll leave it we'll pick up on the view from Wall Street. So we're going to cover that one and on down on Saturday. So I think the last part, it says President Trump announced on the immediate de-escalation and 90-day pause to negotiate long-term trade deal with China is welcome news to retailers and grappling with the tariff shocks and enormous distribution and supply chains ahead of seasonal and holiday offerings, said Blake Harden, Retail Industry and Leader Association Vice President, International Trade. We are hopeful that the deals reached last week in the UK and today's announcement with China will build momentum for the trade deals that protect American innovation and families' pocketbooks, aka their wallets. I remember that's what they used to call it back in the day. Harden also emphasized the retailers and the customers value sustainability, permanent agreements over temporary policies. We applaud the administration for remaining at the negotiating table with China and the rest of the trading partners, including Canada, and Mexico. The craft long-term deals that give the business certainly the need to invest and hire and grow the economy, he said. So we're going to leave it right there. The view from Wall Street is where we're going to have to cover it next, which that's where I was going to do that because this is actually a lot more in depth. Not too much more on this one, but I'm definitely going to save that part for Saturday. So the view from Wall Street, but we're also going to be talking, obviously, we'll be talking the Foot Locker deal as well. So I'll see if I can rope and tie that all into this next live on Saturday, but I'm about to do, man. So we just hit that hour mark, and I want to just kind of keep it there for the night. A lot more to come for sure. Upcoming sneaker releases, man. I'll check the sneakers app real quick. Now, the one that stuck out to me the most, and I think that we've been kind of like mumbling, that I see kind of loaded up. It was loaded up, if I'm not mistaken, they loaded that joint up Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm talking none other right here in these Air Jordan 1, and these are the Swarovski Crystal joints, I think. If I'm not mistaken, let me just double check the name. They are loaded up, and they're supposed to be anticipated coming pretty soon. In fact, May 22nd, this is, the women Air Jordan 1 Low OG with Swarovski crystals. They're calling the crystals $1,000. 1,000. One, like one with 3 zeros, not 100, not 600. Like I thought that's where they would tap out at like the $400 and $600 mark. That's one thing me and my coworker was talking about today. Like, yo, bro, we said to them like, yo, it's cool, but I ain't getting, and it's for the lightest too. Are they doing, but they doing, it's a women's sneaker, but I'm looking at it on the sneakers app. It's got extendo to a man size 15. Now, I'm curious if the celebrities will show out for that. We also are anticipating May 20th is the Nike SB Paul Rodriguez joints. Childhood sneaker for me, but definitely on the fence. I know we have the Travis's coming Friday, so I'll do my very best to drop the Travis Scott video, Drip or Skip, on Thursday. So that's tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, because clearly it's Wednesday. So I'm going to drop that tomorrow. And then, we'll close out the week strong here. Anything else up on the radar I need to cover? I see we got some Kobe's loaded up too. The Kobe is supposed to be coming on May 21st. I don't know why I said March. Where we at? Devon says, white cements might go close to retail in the aftermarket. True, we did get the shock drop on that, if I'm not mistaken. That was yesterday, right? We got the shock drop on that. Or let me clarify this, exclusive, because I don't think they're doing shock drops anymore. Let me put myself back on the main screen. I think it's just exclusive drops. So I got exclusive access, and I entered for them joints because I knew I'm going to want them anyway, and those are anticipated May 24th, but I knew I was going to go after them anyway, so I was like, man, you know what? Go ahead and get them out the way. You can be chilling, stacking back up the bread and recovering, and don't have to worry about them no more, and then sell your old pair, because, I got the 2016 pair. So I was like, all right, cool, but I haven't seen what they're going for on the resale market, though. Where we at real quick, Devon says, the Air Jordan 3 Soul 2.0s is releasing this Saturday. Are those up on the sneakers app, though? Like, I don't see them on the sneakers app. I'm not saying they're not releasing. Are they going to do, like, where are they being dropped at, though? Because I don't see them on the sneakers app. Because if it's Saturday, it's the 17th. You know what I'm saying? Ironically, Dunks had texted me, I want to say last week, asking me about those joints, too. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen them loaded up anywhere. I've seen it, like us, the sneakerheads talking about them, but I haven't seen them loaded up on the sneakers app. And let me double check, unless I'm just tripping or something like that. Y'all know how I get before the live sometimes. Let's see. Boutiques are doing raffles. Okay, there we go. Are we gonna get an official sneakers drop though? Not that it really, at this point, to keep it 100, sneakers is not really your old faithful anymore like it used to be. If I'm gonna speak for myself. It's not my old faithful like it used to be. And also, weren't we supposed to get the Travis's on his website? Did that raffle ever go live? I did post it in the Discord, shameless plug. But when I refreshed the joint, I thought it still was saying like coming soon. I don't know if they officially dropped them or not or what. So for the people who are looking for those Travis joints, the Phil Jacks, I don't know if they already dropped them, but they are loaded up on the sneakers app too. So they're supposed to be coming as well. That's supposed to be kind of next up on the list. If I'm not mistaken, that should be Friday. But Travis' site's supposed to already have them. Well, let me clarify this. They do their little raffling system. Devon says the Travis raffle did go live already. People did hit. Okay, cool. I ain't seen nobody post anything in the Discord. I'm very curious if anybody went for. Okay, Devon says, I really didn't care for them. I'm very curious how many people actually wanted them, or the people that's going to try to use them for trade bait or what have you. You know what I mean? Just out of curiosity. Me personally, y'all know how I feel about them. I don't hate this particular colorway, but I don't know. I don't want to buy a shoe just to say it's a Travis and then I'm wearing the joint and I only bought it because I look at it like this. If Travis' name wasn't attached to it, would I buy it? Probably not. Devon says people want the Jordan 1. People want the Jordan 1s. Yeah, the Travis Scott Jordan 1s for sure. You know what I'm saying? That's what he came out swinging with. And that's probably going to be their bread and butter. He's trying to branch off and do other ones. While it may be working, it's still not hitting like the Jordans. You know what I'm saying? I personally would like to see those yellow Travis Scott 6s actually come to light. I wouldn't mind that. But I have a feeling those probably wouldn't hit the same because people are going to hit the jokes like, oh, yeah, that's Big Bird. You know what I'm saying? Or that's a Tweety joint. You know what I'm saying? So I can see that too. I still caught regardless, though. Devon says the Travis baseball cleat should be 125 and the Jumpman whack should be 150. Oh, the whack attacks. No, he did do a Mac Attack collab too though, right? He did. Yeah, he's done collabs with that one though. I don't know. Travis shoes in general, I think we just should have stuck with the collabs and called it a day. In my opinion, and I'm gonna leave it right there, man. Been on this joint for an hour and 6 minutes. Let's go ahead and wrap things up for the night. Appreciate y'all for being active in the chat. Appreciate that, Divine, as always. I'll be back live again on Saturday. Another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Until then, y'all smash the like button. Sub it to the channel if you're new. And if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones. And what I normally do is make content about sneakers. Occasional trial hauls. And y'all know we have Music Monday. Definitely looking forward to doing Music Monday this upcoming Monday. But I'll see you guys again on Saturday. Until then, sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. It's free to sign up. Or, of course, you know, we continue the sneaker talk. Got a food section, a sports section, you name it. Smash the like button. And, yeah, man, I'll see you guys again on Saturday. More content on the way. And, yeah, I'm officially out this thing, man. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all amount. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die, let I night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Hoping my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Whoever my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Whoever my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Whoever my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Whoever my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Whoever my heart can remember.